Hello there, this is Will Batillo here. This is the first installment in what's hopefully going to be an ongoing weblog on a space-based real-time strategy game for VR that I'm working on. So currently I'm just using some free or cheap assets I got off the store for artwork. So the focus here is really just going to be on the functionality of some of the core game mechanics. Right now I am in level 1, so I don't have to deal with all the tutorial setups. Right here I got my ships. As you may notice, I can move my camera around by pulling the grip buttons. I can also change my scale to make things bigger or smaller, or rotate with my hands as well as walking around. First thing to show you is selecting ships. I can do so by putting my blue hand on a ship and clicking, then move it around by pressing the trigger on my red hand, and it'll fly over there. You can change mid-flight, as you can see. And I can also select multiple ships at once by clicking in one spot and dragging and creating this nice 3D selection box here. Let's see if I'll just get some of them. Bigger box, get them all, and then when I click, they all fly and they keep the sort of formation that they were in when I first moved them. So let's say if I take a few and move them around a little bit, and sometimes it's helpful to scale myself down so I can select them easier. Now I'll get nice and bigger to see the full effect and have them move. Now, if I want to traverse the space, and dragging is good for short distances, but it doesn't really help to go longer paths, I can use the trackpad to teleport. Now, teleport's a little tricky in VR in like a space format because there's no ground to attach to figure out distance. So to deal with that, I use where my thumb is on the trackpad. See, right down here, it's on the bottom. As I go up, the line gets longer, and I teleport to where that little blue ball is. So if I go out a little ways, see my ships are all the way over here. I'll command them to move, and here they fly over to me. One nice thing about teleporting in virtual reality is I'm not bound to being on a plane like you would be in most games. If I want to, I can go straight up. And there's those ships down below me. Have them fly up to where I am. And go back down, have them turn around, fly down towards me. Go back over here. Now, let's scale myself back down a little bit. One thing is, the way they're kind of flying around right now looks a little bit disorganized, so I thought it'd be fun to put them into some formations. So I'll demo that now. If I select one and I bring up my right trackpad, once I touch it, it brings up this radial menu. I have a couple of different options here. We'll go over those. I'll start with the promote button. So that ship's just become a captain. Now I can take these other ships and select them, and it doesn't have to be all at once. So let's see, I'll get those ones, these ones, and what I'm doing right now is I'm pressing the assign button, targeting that ship, so that all of these ships will now be followers of that captain. So if I select the captain, it just gets them all. That way, the dragging box is great, but it can be a little tricky to do that all the time. So as a way of getting lots of units quicker, you can just click the captain to select them all. What's even better, though, is once I've selected the captain, now I have this option of having them fly in formation. And so I have several here. I got wall. Let's see. That's something. Okay, there they go. Yeah, I need to work on the pathfinding a little bit. Hopefully a future video I'll have that taken care of. So right now they're in the wall formation, and whenever I command them to move, they'll find their position before they go on. And the captain always waits before telling the followers to go. So other formations I got, let's see, there was wall, so let's see, here's delta formation. So here they are like that. You can see them flying in delta formation and turning around. Let's see, I can also have them go into claw formation, which is the reverse of delta. So let's see, again here. Here's delta, here's claw, and then there's also sphere formation. It's called sphere because I was originally planning on having a lot more ships, in which case they'd be in more of a sphere. Right now it's a bit of a box, and so if I keep my limitation as being, you know, this number, then I may change the name of that. So this is partly cosmetic, but it's also for the purpose of each of these formations come with different bonuses. So wall formation has a defensive bonus. Claw formation has an attack bonus. Sphere formation has a very strong defensive bonus just for the captain, and a fairly weak bonus for everything else. So it's good for if you have like one ship that you want to protect. And then Delta has a weak attack and defense bonus, but ships in Delta formation move slightly faster. So it's good for chasing things down or moving across the map quickly. Alright, so that's formations. Now let's get into actually a little bit of ship combat. So let's see, I'll set things into claw. Actually, you know what, I want to chase things down quickly, so I'll just go back into Delta here. And here's a group of enemy ships right here, so they're on patrol right now, so just following an automated path. So I'm going to press the target button and aim at one of them. Ah yes, and my ships are flying towards them to engage. Now they're in battle here. Go. It looks like I lost one. And by the way, if the captain gets destroyed, a different ship will automatically get put into that role. That'll be all for this video. Next time I'm going to go into the map room.